So, where are you? I'm recording you now. You can't disappear.
All right, I'm on.
All right, we are going to crank this out tonight. So I'm just going to do a little interview with Sarah tonight for all of you newbies, or even those of you that have been in for a while. Sarah's been enrolling distributors lately like crazy, and so I just wanted to get a little bit of insight and feedback for all of y'all that are wondering how to enroll distributors about what she's doing. So I kind of have a few things to guide us a little bit, but if the spirit takes you and you just start, just let it go. Okay, so, and I'm probably going to go completely off of the questions you asked me because I don't do anything the way. So what does a day look like for you with posting? Because you're very consistent, and I know that you and your generation, you love social media. So what does your day look like with posting?
I usually like to do half and half for posting, like whether it's like usually do lifestyle posts and then product or business posts, So like today, I think I posted about like I have mildew on my windows, but then also I have like a couple of business posts or product posts that I've used throughout the day too. So yeah, I feel like on those days where I actually get ready and look like halfway decent is when I usually take more selfies. Mm-hmm. And I like to use the Snapchat filters to do fun stuff. Even if it makes it look like
you haven't gotten ready. And I love Snapchat filters.
Yes. And even the ones where you look like a goon, people love it. Absolutely love it. And so I'll probably load up on a couple of those and use a couple of them throughout that day, but then save them for like the rest of the week when I'm not looking so hot, Mm-hmm. So that's what I'll do with posting and everything.
So how many times a day are you posting?
About the business or products, I would say my average is about 3 to 4 times. And then the rest is just normal life stuff.
So a total of 6 to 7 posts a day or 6 to 8 posts a day?
Yeah, I think I maybe like five posts total a day. I'll do like a lot of like I just put up floating shelves on my wall right here, or painting products, just DIY products or questions, and then the rest will be it works stuff.
Right. Well, one of the reasons why we want to ask questions on our social media, for those that don't know, is you get your engagement up. Mm-hmm. And you get people involved. And if people that never comment on It Works stuff, if they're commenting on your like mildew or mold on your walls, then your posts are going to start showing up in their newsfeed more. So you do want to ask those questions, like I did the other day with my nails. Which one? And some people that replied, I've never seen them like or comment on anything, and not even non-It Works related, like nothing ever. I'm like, oh, okay.
You don't know they're watching.
I know. So are you posting just to social media or to Instagram and Twitter, or what are y'all posting on?
I do just Facebook, and then sometimes like my posts that I feel are really good or really deep, I'll post to Instagram. I've kind of like gotten away from Instagram. Just I don't know why. I'm trying to get back into it
because it's a full-time job.
Yeah, Instagram is hard.
Oh my gosh.
So trying to get back into Instagram, but like I feel like Instagram is so much more work because you have to like put work into making sure those pictures are pretty, because like it's the pictures that matter. So if you're just flinging up any old picture, like that is not how it works.
No.
So you have to put like actual effort into that, and I'm not used to that. So I'll do like my highlights, like maybe once or twice a week. I'll post on Instagram. Mm-hmm. So.
Okay. So then, where are you getting your wording from?
I like to take a lot of wording or scripts from like Ambassador Diamonds, like especially I'll take bits and pieces of Jocelyn Yates stuff mm-hmm. and put it into my own wording. Mm-hmm. That I like to use Hong Forest's stuff. Who's another good one? There's another good one that I found.
I only follow a few ambassadors because I don't want to sit there and just compete and see what they're doing.
Yep.
But, Tiffany Her.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel Jones is a triple diamond, but I really like her. She's just like real and raw.
Mm-hmm. Courtney Labby. She's a good one. And
okay, yep. But here's something that I do, and maybe you do this too, and I'd show you on my phone, but it's in my room charging, is if there's a day I just want to be lazy and watch movies all day, I go through Ambassador Diamonds, and I just copy and paste all their posts I like into my notes on my phone.
I do that too.
Yes. And I have folders. And in the folders, it might say like cleanse, greens. So it'll have all the products. And then it also will have lifestyle posts. And then
you can put pictures in there too.
Yep.
Pictures to use with those posts.
Right. And then you go through and you edit it. So all your information's on. And then that way during the week when you are busy, all you have to do is copy and paste from your notes onto Facebook posts. Go to Instagram. If you're working Instagram, copy and paste, put a photo, and you're done. So up front, it's hours and hours and hours of work, but my phone is constantly telling me that I have no more room in my iCloud or whatever it is because I have so much stuff in there. So that's how I kind of get by.
Yeah. And then that way too, you can have your own information in there right away and you can just copy and paste.
Right. So easy. I mean, like we're saying, it's going to be harder up front, but after you have all those scripts, you can have 100 scripts and that's going to get you through days and days because you can repeat and whatever. So
right.
What's like your number one top tip for working social media, would you say? Like maybe with posting?
My number one tip for posting?
Yep.
Get deep. Write stuff yourself. Use your own pictures, but like if your post isn't like 3 lines long, if it's longer than that, then you make sure it's worth that person's time reading. Right. You know, so I know I've said this quite a bit, but my biggest post I've ever had interaction on was about a grocery cart. I took a picture of a grocery cart and I said, I remember 3 years ago when I had $3.26 to my name and my mom was slipping me $50 transfers in my bank account. And I remember how it felt and, you know, calling upon those past feelings. And then today I'm grocery shopping with my husband. I don't have to worry what's in my bank account or worry about overdrafting because I know what's in there.
Right.
And talking about the future of like, you know, where we're going or how many people feel that way too and what we could do for you or, you know?
Right. Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's say that you have that post on Facebook and let's say you get 27 likes and 3 comments. How do you respond? Who do you respond to? Let's just start with those 2 questions.
Okay. Usually as people start commenting, I'll like their comments as I message them so they know that like I saw it and I'm messaging you.
Okay.
I usually give it a little bit, like maybe an hour.
Right. So you don't look like you're just desperate on your phone. Like
yeah. So I'll message them like, hey, Ashley, thanks for liking my post. I appreciate the support. Like, are you wanting more info?
Right.
And that's it. Usually if they like that picture, I'll wait until like the end of the night and then I'll send out like just a bunch of messages to people who like my post and say like, hey, so-and-so, thanks for loving my post. Are you interested in learning about how to make some money? Or are you interested in making some extra money? That's what I say.
Right. So everyone that's watching this video, only say that, okay? Sarah and I have gotten the script from Jade Hooper uses it, Carrie Bauer or Carrie Young uses it. Like, that's all you say.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Like, don't send a paragraph message. It's quick. Hey, girl, you interested in making some extra money?
Yes or no?
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That is it.
It's like if you send like a big long paragraph too, like it kind of scares them away or intimidates them. You know, it's just too much. So and like you're just asking right up front, like, are you interested? Yes, great. Okay, here's some more info.
Right.
Are you interested? Nope. Okay, see ya. Have a good day.
Right.
No hard feelings.
Well, and sometimes, like just depending on how busy my day is, if I don't get back to people until like 6 hours later or maybe the next day, I take a screenshot of the post they liked and send that with it, just to kind of trigger like what they're talking about, so they don't just feel like it's a cold message.
Right.
I mean, it's a cold message without being a cold message, because they initially
a warm message.
Right. Yeah. So okay, so that's it. And then after that, if they say, yes, I'm interested, don't throw up on them. Okay.
No. So usually what they do is they ask like, okay, well, what does it all entail? And so I basically say I post on social media and I help pair people up with the right products to help with whatever they're looking for. And I help share the business opportunity with people.
Right.
That's it. And they're like, well, like, what else? I'm like, that's it.
Right.
And then they're like, well, how do you get paid? And so then I talk about, well, there's a couple different ways we can get paid. We can get paid for selling wraps or product that we have on hand. And then in quotations, I say, which is optional. We don't have to have product on hand if we don't want to.
Right.
I say commissions. So as we sign loyals or as we sign customers and we grow our team, we also get paid once a month. This is called commissions. And then another way is through bonuses, which we get bonuses for helping our team succeed.
Right. Keep it simple and figure out what you're comfortable saying. I sat down with a girl who's signing up in the next couple days at the swim meet today. And when she first sat down with me, she goes, oh, let me grab my notebook. I said, okay. And when we were done talking, she had like the top quarter of the page filled out with notes. And that was it, because there's not a lot to share. And obviously, if you're doing this through messaging, you have to type back and forth. But if you're talking to someone in person, just open up the party pad. Keep it simple. How much money can you make? Open it up to the party pad. How much does it cost to get started? Open it up to that page. Show them what they get for $99. Just keep it simple. Simple.
Right.
And I just had a question.
I was just gonna say too, but like when you're talking with people, I think Ashley Crow and I were talking about this. It's so much easier, one, if you know the person. So if you formed that relationship through Facebook, like commenting on their stuff, because like commenting on people's stuff and forming that relationship is so huge. But two, like if it's your first time really talking with them, find something to connect with them. Like I'm a fur mom, or I'm a college dropout, or I'm a newlywed, or just different things that you can like bond with them and get them talking like your besties, like even if you aren't, or like say it's an old high school friend, like that's really easy to just strike up a conversation with. But if it's someone you've never talked with before, talk to them like your besties, and like they don't feel sold to, because your job is not to be a salesman.
Right.
It's not.
Right. Well, and right now I'm adding so many people on Facebook that I'm forgetting who these newbies are. I write everyone down in my calendar, but I still go refresh yourself with who they are. And if they have kids, like Sarah saying, make it personable, so it's not just a
your spot on my
sales pitch. You know, you can kind of tug at their heartstrings, because they want to do this for a reason, whether it's their kids or debt or whatever. So you want to know, you want to have that background information a little bit. So what do you say when someone comes at you and they're like, oh, $99. I do not have it because I get my nails did and my hair colored. You know, they won't tell you all these reasons why, but
I wish I could just shake them sometime and be like, well, I just saw you went to McDonald's with your kids yesterday. So
I just saw you.
You have money.
You just checked out the bar last night. You know, you spent at least $50 there.
Sometimes I just want to be like, whatever.
Well, then how do you reply nicely?
Okay, so I'm usually like, oh, girl, you know, like, not a problem at all. Honestly, I don't know how I came up with $99 when I first joined either. But you know what you can do is you do get 4 free wraps in your kit. in your starter kit. And what you can do is you can go sell them to your friends and family right now. We call it pre-selling. Gather that money and put that money towards your kit. And so basically you're signing up for free.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Jeree Kneller. I follow her. She's an ambassador. Yep. And this is a genius post. I was going to put it on my page in the next day or two. The other day she said, the next two people who contact me can sign up on my team for $13. And I thought that's genius because when you buy the kit, it's about $112 with shipping and tax.
Yep.
So if we're selling the wraps for $25 each, that's $100. So it's about $12, $13. And I thought, that's genius. I love it. Now it's not $100. It's 12 or 13. I'm like, I'm using that. I'm so using that.
Well, I think that's why too, like my trial distributor post worked so well too, because I think it took the fear, because in there I said, try it, give me 3 months. If you don't like it, you can quit.
Right.
And if you love it, you can, stay for free, obviously. But I think it took the fear out of it, and it was really good. So I love that it hit home with some people.
Right. So what do you say then if, okay, you get over the, I don't have $99, and then they say, I don't know anyone. I'm from a really small town. I don't know anyone. Who would I sell to? I have no one to sell to.
So that's not a problem at all. So with my team, what we do is we teach a lot of social media. So, for example, one of my biggest team members is down in Alabama. I didn't know her before I started this business. We actually met on Instagram. So we're going to be teaching you how to do the same things, work Facebook and Instagram. Or parties if you want, this is all up to you. You figure out what works for you, vendor shows or whatever.
Right.
You kind of feel them out to see like how they would be. Like usually people like around my age like to do social media and be like, okay, we're going to emphasize on this. Right. I'm going to teach you how to post. I'm going to teach you how to talk with people. I'm going to teach you how to respond. Right. So that way they don't feel like they're alone with doing this. Basically saying, I'm going to hold your hand through it all.
And if you know their why, then you can kind of use that as well again. Because when someone gives Sherry the whole, I'm from a small town, she comes back with, we don't even have a stoplight in my town.
Me too.
300 people. But Sherry was born and raised there. At least you were born and raised in a bigger city, so you have a bigger network. She was born and raised in a town of 300 people, and probably 75% of the population is 80 or older. So it's like, that's where you have to come back to their why. Why do they want this? How are you going to tug at their heartstrings and keep them motivated? So then that's great where, okay, do you want to work social media? Is that your thing? Would you rather just do parties? Because everyone has a couple cousins, at least a best friend, a mom, whatever.
Like, what do you want to do? Okay, I'll teach you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or like I've used Courtney Boer's story a couple times. I think she graduated with like 25 people. And then she was a full-time college student as well, and she's still an ambassador.
Right. So
and it's all social media.
Yep. Yeah. There's a million different ways to use it.
That's the thing I'll do is I'll spin it on them and be like, because the majority of the people who contact me now aren't my warm market. They're people I've met through social media. Like, I don't know who's someone that I've just met. Sheena. I met her through Brady, but through Facebook. And so when they're worried about it and be like, girl, like, I didn't know you before tonight or something like that. We haven't got to talk before tonight, and this is how it works, So I'll spin it and use their own example.
Right. So let's say you have a little bit of conversation back and forth with some of these people that are liking your posts and commenting. And just so everyone knows, Sarah's messaging everyone that's liking and commenting on her posts, whether it's about the business or the products. And the products is easy. Hey girl, thanks for the love of my post. Are you interested in the Greens 90-day challenge? Boom, that's it. If they say no, okay, have a great day. And then what I do, and you tell me what you do in a minute, is I then look in my planner and I put their name down in 30 days from now. and I put their name and I put the product they were interested in, and then I just move on to the next person. I don't cry. I don't go, God, why not me? I just want another LC right now. Like, you just move them forward because you're always going to need customers. So, yes. So how do you keep track then of all the likes and comments?
Of like distributors or loyals?
Both. People are liking and commenting, and so you're messaging them. And then the conversation doesn't go anywhere, so you're going to follow up. They're not asking you to follow up, but because you're a badass, you're going to follow up. So how do you keep track of that in your life?
I keep a running hundreds list. So anytime anybody talks to me at all about the loyal customer program or about the products or the distributors, their name gets written down no matter if they like it or not. If they like the post or we brought it up in conversation, their name always goes down, and like I write the product next to them. Like at least once a month, I go through and message everybody. I can just kind of work my way through it every month. Usually, like if they give me a date, I'll usually ask for a date. Like if they say they can't sign up right now, I'll be like, okay, like, well, when would you like to do this? They paydays next Friday. I write them in my calendar for next Friday. Or I'll say like, let's say if they say they can't right now, I'll be like, okay, well, I can reserve your spot for 2 weeks. How does this day sound? And usually they'll be like, oh, okay. And I'll write their name down for that day. And I'll contact them then. Otherwise, it's just a continual, whatever. And if they're pretty interested, I'll usually, in Facebook, I'll go to their profile, and where it says following, I'll do follow first. So I see all their posts. So I'm commenting, I'm interacting on their stuff all the time, which means that they see my stuff all the time too. Even if you're not liking or commenting, you're still seeing. Yep. And there's not, if you see the way I keep track of my follow-ups and the way Sarah does, there's not a right or wrong way. It's whatever way is going to work for you. Okay. So, but you just have to do it. You have to put the action behind it. And people always say, well, how do I get a 100s list? You get a 100s list by speaking. Either person to person with Blitz cards, either on social media, whatever. But that's how we get the names on our 100s list. It is. And what's that statistic? It takes people 8 to 20 times to see something before they'll pull the trigger on it, either by joining or buying something. That's a lot of follow-ups. So how many times do you follow up with your leads? Until they sign up.
Okay. And I know Sherry follows up until they block her or sign up.
Yep. I mean, many of each.
Right. So, but as you're doing this, come up with a good system so you're writing down the dates of each follow-up, and that way you're not messaging someone every 3 days because you're forgetting that you're messaging them or whatever, just try to find some sort of routine that's going to work best for you. And we all do so well in different ways. There's not going to be one way that works to keep track of your leads, because what works for me isn't going to work for someone else, so figure out what's going to work for you. So then let's say that you're talking to a potential distributor, and let's say they just stop the conversation. So when are you going to follow up with them again? And then what are you going to say?
Usually I'll wait. Well, it depends on what our conversation was like. If it was like we had some really good talks and everything, I'll usually wait a couple days and I'll message them about like something that they posted, or I'll message them, Merry Christmas, hope you had an awesome weekend, or ask them a question like, hey girl, where'd you get your top in your last picture?
So it's not always it works related, you're just checking in.
So it's still like showing that I care about them. But usually then maybe I'll wait like a week or two to bring it up again. And then usually, like, depending on how many times I've talked with them or like how ready they really seem, I'll usually just be really blunt and be like, girl, are you ready to make some money or what? Or I'll send them something like, I'm just curious but are you still wanting to make some extra money?
Right.
There's no reason to beat around the bush or anything.
Right.
Or I'll message them, like, just curious, what's holding you back?
Right. Find out, figure it out. So I had a high school friend of mine, he and I were going to call customer service the other day and get him signed up. And then I didn't hear from him. So like 2 days after that, I sent him a message and I said, "You're all quiet now, ... having second thoughts." And then I did a couple emojis. I'm just like, didn't even say, "Hey, how's it going?" Like, why the hell am I going to beat around the bush? And he goes, "Oh my God, no, sorry. Apparently responded in my head, but not on text." So then I'm like, okay, so when do you want to do a 3-way call to customer service? And he said, "Are you open tomorrow?" So we were going to do it today. And we called customer service, and we had just missed them because they closed, because I thought they closed at 6 and they closed at 5. So I didn't throw a pity party. I wasn't like, "Oh my God, why me?" All I did is then I shot him a text and I said, "Oh my God, they just closed," because I was going to call customer service and then 3-way him in once we were off hold, because it's just been a long hold lately. When people call in for distributors, it's been like a half an hour.
Ugh.
I know. So I was trying to just be like kind of like appreciative of his time because I know he's busy. And I'm like, okay, they just closed. I said, "They're open tomorrow until 5. What time are you open tomorrow for us to call?" So I didn't ask him, "When are you going to be free to call?" I was like, "Tomorrow they're open until 5. What time is going to work for you?" And he just said, "I work all day, so just call me whenever and I'll take my break then." So again, sometimes
it's pushing their hand a little bit.
Right. But if I had not reached out to him, so that day he blew me off, he thought he texted me back and he didn't. So if I hadn't reached out to him, then I wouldn't be signing him up tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You just have to follow up with people, because, and Sherry and I were talking about this earlier, and I said, you know, we think about It Works 24/7, but the rest of the world doesn't. So when we're looking at our charts, or when we're looking at our 100s list, and we're like, Sarah said she was going to sign up last pay period and she hasn't called me, and da-da-da-da-da, I don't know why she hasn't called me. Message her or call her, because maybe Sarah forgot. Maybe Sarah got into a car accident and she's got a broken leg and Brady has to give her a sponge bath. Like, there could be a million reasons why something comes up. So don't get into that desperate paranoid mode of, why aren't people calling me back? They're not calling you back because they don't think about It Works like we do.
Mm-hmm.
They don't.
So take a chill pill and find more leads.
Yes, and get more leads.
That's one too. I don't remember who I was talking with tonight, but they were saying how they had somebody who said, no, they can't join right now, not till next month. And they're like, okay, well, now what? Like, now you find more.
Yeah, go message someone else.
Yeah.
If you're posting consistently, you should have names and names galore of people that want to try the products and people that want to join the team for money.
Mm-hmm.
Really, you should.
Yeah, or talk with some of your current loyals about the business opportunity, especially those ones that are consistently ordering and love the products or have amazing results.
Or talk to those loyals, Sarah, and ask them to have a party for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you're going to get put in front of 5 people, and there might be someone who is someone's sister's brother's cousin that signs up and is your next ambassador. I mean, yeah, but those people that are loyal to you, tug on their heartstrings, like, hey, I'm going for promotions, and you want me an order from me. Would you please do this for me? You know, just be real with people.
Mm-hmm.
So what would be like your top tips or your do's or don'ts of distributors and reaching out to distributors? Or, because I don't want to talk about signing them and training them. I just want to, you know, focus on this piece of kind of getting those, you know, 100s lists and stuff.
Top tips for distributors.
I'd say be consistent.
Yep.
Right?
I like, like it's you got to make it about them. Like the moment you join the company for you, but the moment you join the company, it stops being about you.
Yep.
So the more you can make it about them and see their future, because like, quite honestly, I think I have my best luck with like sealing the deal with foils when they're like on the fence about things like, well, I don't know, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, quite honestly, like you need to decide that you're worth it. And like, I get all deep and yellow on them and everything. And I say like, you're worth it. And I know you do. And you just need to like admit it to yourself. And like, you can do so much with this. And it's a little hard work. And I know it can be kind of scary, but like when you look into your son's eyes, like, do you want to be the one who is that hardworking mama who just busts the ass all the time, which is great, or do you want to be able to, make some extra money so like you don't have to say no to them like when they ask for ice cream, or maybe you want to save up for a really fun Disney trip or something like what kind of
right,
what's it worth to you? An hour on the phone every night, or a completely new second job.
Well, right. Right. Or especially if you're talking to a mom and she already works 2 jobs.
Yeah. So I feel like if I'm at that level with them where I can like be real and like not offend them, I usually go there with them, but otherwise it's just me trying to make them realize their worth and that they can do this. And when they sign up, they're not alone. Like they got a whole team behind their back. They got a whole family. And so, we don't compete with each other. We have each other's backs, kinds of things, and like that they're not going to be going this alone when they sign up. Like,
right,
you're not just like hung to dry. And so I say, like, I'm teaching you everything. I've gone through this. I know what to do. So I know I can teach you the same things, but you're the one that needs to make that decision, and you're the one that's going to have to put in the work.
Right.
Is it worth it to you?
Right.
And then usually it's a yes or no.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Right. And if they do say no, then again, just like we're not trying to pressure people into it, because if you do that, they're not going to produce anything because they're not there yet. They don't see it. Right. So I just usually end the conversation like, you know what? Timing is everything in life. And if your timing is not right now, that's okay. We're still going to talk. We're still going to be cool. And then I
ask them to be a product tester for something in a couple weeks.
Right. And I put them in my calendar, though, again, in like a month. Okay, I'm going to follow them up with them in a month, and maybe another month, and maybe next month, conferences around, and Mark comes out with the $1,000 Ruby bonus again. Well, maybe the timing is better, or maybe that $1,000 is, okay, I need that. I have to do this. So again, it's okay if they say no, because you're still planting those seeds. You're still going to take care of those seeds, and sooner or later, they're going to sprout.
Right.
You got to have patience, which none of us really do well with, but it works. Network marketing really forces us to be patient.
They do.
Yeah. But it's a good thing. If you're changing someone's life, they have to be able to borrow your confidence until they find their own. Mm-hmm. And if they can't borrow your confidence at first to get going, then it's not their time. And they're probably not going to do well, so you don't want to try to back them in a corner and get them to join, because then it's going to be like the witness protection program. They don't talk to you. They don't answer your messages. So just, at the end of the day, we're trying to make people feel better. So just let it go. Mm-hmm. Contact them again. Mm-hmm.
I think too it's a law of attraction. So I feel like what you're putting out on social media, and then what you're putting out in your head, oh my goodness, like what you're speaking over yourself and your business. But make sure what you're posting is clean and it's positive all the time. Like when you share posts, try not to do that because you get less interaction on those, and like your whole Facebook page gets less interaction. But just like be positive, because like
no baby mama drama.
No, you are going to attract what you put out. Yep. So if you want those kinds of people,
right,
then do that. Or if you want like rock star, dominant diamonds, post like that, like post like you are one, and that's going to come to you.
And you don't have to be that rock star yet. As long as you're the rock star in your head and your actions and consistency are rock star material, like Sarah said, the laws of attraction, that's what you're going to attract, and it's going to happen. It's going to manifest. You just have to, it's a saying, fake it till you make it. And people are like, oh, it's so dumb, I don't get it. You got to think in your head who you are. And then the pieces start to fall together, and everything comes to you step by step in this easy process. Like, it's crazy. If you haven't watched The Secret, go YouTube it. It's an hour and a half. It'll change your mind, and it's free on YouTube. So
been 25 minutes.
It has been 25 minutes, and it's finished up with Sarah. So what else? Anything else about distributors, or like with posting or following up with them?
I don't think so. And just keep it original.
Right.
And be consistent, and follow-ups.
And do it. Just that action.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Sophia, stop saying Nike's thing. Sarah and I have been saying it for like 2 months. Just do it. Just got to do it. That's it. And if you do it right or if you do it wrong, it doesn't matter as long as you're doing it, because sooner or later it's going to start to make sense. You're going to start to get good at it, and it's going to be great. It is.
It will be.
I mean, seriously, it's not that difficult. This business is not that difficult. It's just, like my husband said today to my new girl who's going to sign up, he said, there's 2 ways to not be successful. He said, to quit, or if you keep your mouth shut. Those are the only 2 ways you will not be successful. So even if you're opening your mouth, but the words aren't coming out as perfectly as you'd like, it's okay, because the more you say it, the better you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's true.
It is true. I mean, we had never done this before we did this, and we just learned along the way and watched videos and just trial and error, and yeah. And we've built our businesses totally different, and we're both successul. So it works a million different ways. You just have to do what you're comfortable with. That's the beautiful part. So, well, it's nice seeing your pretty face tonight. And you're feeling better, so that's exciting too.
Yes, I feel like I've slept the last 2 days away, but
sometimes
feeling better. I can feel it going away. I feel like I've overdosed myself on greens, but
okay.
It's okay.
Not a bad thing. All right, any parting words before we get off?
I don't think so.
All right, well, have a good night.
All right, you too. Thanks, Christy.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Bye.